The following movie is rated R.
What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is doing good out there. So let's go ahead and dive into this video. And the first thing I want to talk about is this crazy situation surrounding the singer David. So there was a body that was found in a Tesla that was registered to him. Now, David has not been arrested, but he is cooperating with the police. We don't know the ins and outs or the details surrounding this situation, but they did find out that the gender of the person that was found in that Tesla is a female, right? So what I want to do right now is play you a couple of clips regarding this situation, and then I'll be back.
Breaking news details after a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate information about the identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David. This is video of David performing on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2023. The grim discovery was made after nearby residents complained about a foul odor. Police say the impounded car had been at that lot property on North Mansfield Avenue for a couple of days now. They say the body had been placed inside a bag.
The victim that was found in a vehicle registered to David has been identified as a female. Los Angeles police are getting closer to identifying the proposed body. The LA County Medical Examiner issued a report tonight sharing more details on the victim. Like I mentioned before, the car that the body was found in was a Tesla registered to the singer David. The police informed David about the discovery, and he is fully cooperating with them at this time. The gender of the victim found in the vehicle has been listed as female. The medical examiner reports that she is about 5'1" and 71 pounds. They report that she has wavy black hair and a distinctive tattoo. The tattoo is reportedly on her right index finger and reads "shh." That's SHHH with a ... When the corpse was discovered in the car, she was wearing a black tube top and leggings. She had on 2 pieces of jewelry, a metal stud earring, and a metal chain bracelet in the shape of a W. The victim's age and exact cause of death have not yet been discovered, but the case is being investigated as a homicide. And as I mentioned before, David is cooperating with the police. It's unclear if he had previously lent out his car or if it was stolen. It is so heartbreaking hearing details about the victim, and again, I am sending her friends and family so much love during this time. I don't want to speculate on information that we don't know, but it is alarming hearing that she was 5'1" and only 71 pounds. Again, we don't know all of the details on the case just yet, but let me know your thoughts down below and follow me for more.
All right, so we just heard all of that. Now, it's important to keep in mind that this investigation is still young, so there's no need to spread conspiracy theories like wildfire. There's no need to over-speculate. Let the investigation take place and see what comes out of it. Now, David is still on tour, and there's major news publications that has reached out to his representatives, but they're not talking, which is a smart thing to do. Let the investigation play out, right, at this particular point in time. But I will say that I hope that justice gets served for the deceased victim, and I'm praying for her family and things like that. It's extremely alarming that she was only 71 pounds when they found her. It's just a very sad situation overall. But anyway, let's move along because I want to talk about Tyler Perry and this Derek Dixon situation yet again. So Derek Dixon has found his way to ABC News. He sat down and did an interview talking about what transpired between him and Tyler. We know that Derek Dixon came out just a couple of months ago accusing Tyler of SA and also is suing him for $260 million. So right now, what I want to do is play a clip of Derek talking to the ABC anchor about what happened between him and Tyler, and then I'll be back to share some information that slid across my desk from a reputable individual from Atlanta. I've known this person for over 15 years, and it's pretty funny, y'all, to say the very least. So sit tight, and I'll be back.
Can you explain that first alleged incident?
Yes, we were over his house. We're having some drinks in his guest house, and it was late at night, and he has a guest quarters, and said that you can sleep there instead of not driving. And to his house is far from Atlanta and where I was living. And I got into bed, and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well, and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed, and he has said, turn around so I can look at you, and just commented on how I looked, and then he got up and left. So I thought after that instance, it was pretty clear that I was not interested in that type of a relationship. It was very, very strange. I mean, I think it's okay that people try to make a move or shoot their shot, but if they get rejected, I think that they should stop. And so I thought it would stop after that, and it didn't.
At the end of the second season, Dale gets in the chest 4 times. Why was that especially concerning for you?
What it meant to me was if I don't make him happy, I could stay dead on the show.
And the complaint specifically says, and I just want to quote it, Mr. Perry made it clear to Mr. Dixon that he would kill off Mr. Dixon's character if he did not indulge Mr. Perry's sexual harassment. Was that message clear to you?
For me, that was his way of showing his power over us and our careers, and that he doesn't have a problem with just killing one of us off.
You're also a screenwriter and had written a TV series called Losing It. Tell us about that.
He ended up wanting to read it, and I at first was like too embarrassed to even send to him, but he did, and he said he loved it and wanted to shoot the pilot for it.
All right, let's go to June of 2021, another alleged incident that you outline in your lawsuit where you're again at Tyler Perry's home in Atlanta, and it ends up with you locking yourself in a bathroom.
Mm-hmm. We started out having drinks in the living room like we have done before, and it got to a point in the night where we were both kind of feeling drunk, and I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before, and there was this health monitor scale on the way, and I was like, "What is that?" And he said, "Well, you have to be in your underwear, whatever, so you should do it." He reached down and pulled my underwear and grabbed my and I tried to stop him and pull back my, and he kind of grabbed my arms and said, no, it's okay, just go with it. And I said, stop, I don't want this. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to hurt you, and just continued. And in that moment, unless someone's been through something where they have their control over their bodies taken away, you don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment. It was almost like every thought came through my head: to run, to fight, to freeze. I didn't know what to do.
He says he de-escalated and distracted Perry and eventually locked himself alone in the guest house bathroom.
The day after that, he called several times, and I ended up getting afraid of what was going on the other side. So I picked up. And that's when he said, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that, and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, "And don't worry, we're going to do your show."
In the lawsuit, you describe this as a calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry. There are also several times where he says to you, you have to make your no stronger. Mm-hmm. How did you respond to this, as it's described, calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry?
To me, that's just so insulting. And I reiterated, I said stop. I said it. I don't think that people ever get past something like that happening to them.
Dixon tells us he last spoke to Perry in the spring of 2024 and left the show in September of that year.
What ultimately became of your pilot, Losing It?
Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere. He still owns the rights to it. So I can't now go and sell it.
All right, so we heard what Derek had to say. It seems as though his story has remained the same from when he first came out and made these accusations against Tyler. Now, I believe that Tyler is just on some petty ish right here. He's like, yo, you're not going to give me no tush, then your career will not get pushed. It's just as simple as that. And Tyler owning the rights to his material, I think that Derek just wants his material back. But if he didn't read the fine print, if he signed on a dotted line, that material is good as gone. Trust and believe me. Now, I will say if Derek's story is true, he has every right to come after Tyler for whatever he can get, because at the end of the day, no one deserves to be manipulated. No one deserves to be essayed, pressured to do anything that they don't want to do. And that's a very uncomfortable and unsettling situation to be in. So have at it, brother. If he did that to you, then you have every right to take him to court and get whatever coins you can get from Tyler. But anyway, let's transition to this crazy text message that I received from a radio personality out of Atlanta. Shout out to him and his wife. They helped me when I first moved to Atlanta. God knows I needed it because I was facing some hard time at that particular point. But yeah, this is a very trustworthy brother here. And allegedly, there's an ex-Atlanta Falcons player that is claiming that he has been intimate with Tyler on multiple occasions, and that Tyler used to like to dress up as Madea when they would be intimate sometimes, right? Not every time, but sometimes. This brother is saying that he's on the cusp of coming out and telling his truth and things like that. And I just want to get to the text message. Now, before I read this to you all, this is all alleged information. I cannot confirm or deny that these events took place, all right? So let's get into it. And it says here, man, S, you won't believe this here. Tyler was sleeping with a former Falcons player, and according to the former baller, he said that he and Tyler used to F around when Tyler was dressed as Madea. He also says that Tyler is a top, but allowed him in the back door, and I'm paraphrasing there, at least twice, and both times Tyler was dressed as Madea. That cat also says that the first time he wasn't able to get inside the back door, but after playing around with toys over a period of time, when they would link up, he was able to get inside the second time. And he says that's when Tyler turned on the Madea voice and looked back at him and said, her. Although he said they couldn't finish because Tyler couldn't handle it, he said he at least has one encounter on video. He vows he is telling the truth and says he will come forward in due time. Now, guys, like I said, this is all alleged information, but when I first saw this, I died laughing. It was just extremely funny to me. You know, I just lost it, to be honest. But like I said, I don't know this to be factual information, but I do trust the source that I'm getting it from. Now, I do know the name of the former Falcons player, but I'm not going to disclose or expose that information here because supposedly that brother is supposed to be coming out along with his partner. So I'm going to let him come out and expose who he is when he's good and ready. That's not my job. But like I said, this is just crazy information to me, and I'm going to let it go right here. So I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that I discussed in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.
Thanks for watching.